YouTube uploads 500 hours every minute. And with AI, that's about to double. Now, I know a lot of creators and business owners are afraid they're screwed, that AI is going to make them invisible online. But what if I told you the opposite is happening? I've been on YouTube for 6 years. I have over 1 million subscribers and we've done over 100 million views. But the interesting thing is most of that growth happened after ChatGPT was released. So in this video, I want to show you why YouTube actually guarantees success in the AI age. But that window is closing fast. And if you're a founder or a serious creator, this might be the most important decision you ever make. So first, let's understand what is actually happening on YouTube. Whenever there's a big tech advancement, we see this similar pattern. We saw this with the computer, we saw this with the iPhone, we saw this with the self-driving car, and now again with AI. There's a huge mass adoption there. And if you can, being early is way, way better than trying to be better, right? For example, the first Tesla ever, the Tesla Roadster, ugly piece of crap, cost over $100,000. Because it was brand new, there was nothing to compare it to, so you could charge whatever prices you wanted. But then over time, as competitors started to enter the space and maybe parts got cheaper and they got better at their product, they actually brought their prices down, right? And now the Model 3 sits at like $35,000, I think. The Model Y is maybe around $50,000. But my point here is that being early to technology is way better than being better. This is why speed is the name of the game for most startups. If you're first to a trend, you're basically guaranteed to win. But if you're late, that's when it starts to get brutal. You start getting copycats, you start getting commoditized knockoffs, Costco, Kirkland brand starts to adopt things, maybe Amazon Basics now. And this is exactly what's happening with AI right now on YouTube, even if it doesn't feel that way, right? I know that every niche on YouTube feels saturated. It feels like there's so many more creators than ever, which is true. But if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, we are still so early to this technology, right? ChatGPT was released, 3 years ago? It's still a toddler. This is why my brother and I are so obsessed with helping people get into YouTube, because YouTube changed my life. It allowed me to build a business online with no skills in marketing or business at all and leave my job as a medical doctor. If that sounds like something that you want, but you don't really know how to get started, then definitely check the links in the description below to get our free YouTube training. But if you're not completely bought into this whole YouTube thing yet, let me prove it to you why now is the best opportunity. So recently we had some huge updates in AI tools. We had Nano Banana come out and Sora 2 Pro. If you go to any feed-based, like scrollable social medias, I'm talking about Instagram, TikTok, X, LinkedIn, there are so many posts now that are completely AI generated or mostly AI generated. And I don't know about you guys, but I've had to stop and double take so many times and ask, is this even real what I'm looking at? Like seriously, this is everywhere. And that's really scary for a creator, you know, because maybe your secret advantage is that you could do something that would have before been impossible to create with AI. I'll give you a real example. If you've been watching this channel for the past few years, first of all, thank you, you're a real one, but a lot of our thumbnails for the Koi channel were hand-drawn by anime artists. But then Midjourney came out and then ChatGPT 4.0, and people could just start recreating these thumbnails in seconds with AI. Like our competitive advantage just completely disappeared. But the funny thing is, it also created a new advantage. I made this video here about why I paused posting on this channel Koi for about 8 months. It was super raw, just me sitting on the floor, telling a real story about how I built a business that I ended up really not enjoying being involved in. Zero AI, no AI script, no AI thumbnails or anything. I just sat down and told my story. That video was a 1 out of 10 on my other channel, and it made me over $40,000 in sales. And you can never be 100% sure, but I'm almost positive the reason that video did so well and converted so well for my business is because people really want things that are raw now, right? People connected with it differently than anything I'd ever made. I got comments from some of the biggest YouTubers like Ali Abdaal in there. People were sharing their own stories and experiences because they related to me, felt something that was real. And this is really important and kind of counterintuitive about AI. Right now, while everyone is chasing AI perfection, you know, knowing how to make AI videos, make AI thumbnails, AI scripts that you can just read off a teleprompter or something like that, the advantage is actually going towards the opposite. It's just being more human, right? If everyone's trying to be a robot, then you just need to be more authentically human, and that becomes your competitive advantage again. That's why, coming full circle, all the thumbnails on this channel are now going to have our faces in them, my brother's face and my face, because we want you guys to know that we're still the people behind this channel. We're real people, we're not robots, and the things that you're here come from my real experience. The lessons that I'm sharing with you weren't just AI generated scripts, it's the actual experiences and the stories that I had that make it so much more meaningful. So all that to say, I don't think you need to ignore AI completely. More so, just use AI to help you think, but don't use it to replace your voice. Don't use it to replace your face, and don't use it to replace your content. Let it do the things that take a lot of time for you, like research, help you structure your ideas or whatever, but your stories, your perspective, and your thoughts and your experiences, make sure that stays 100% human. That is gonna be the competitive edge right now, and it works on YouTube. And this is why we're seeing like the personal brand YouTube space is going to be like the only differentiator in the future between robots and people. But there's another reason, and probably more important reason, why you need to get on YouTube right now if you want to succeed in the AI age. Remember what I said at the beginning, YouTube uploads 500 hours every minute, but there's only about 10 or 15 spots on page 1 of search. You are fighting on social media for 1 of 15 spots while the content never stops flooding in. Now, most people see that and think they're absolutely cooked, but I think they're looking at it the wrong way. Let me give you an example. If you go to YouTube and you search in dopamine detox, you're gonna find my channel near the top because Koi basically dominates the dopamine detox term. Now, it's not because I invented dopamine detox, I wasn't the first one to talk about it, but it's because I was early before it became popular. Remember what I said, being early beats being better. I had videos about dopamine detox that hit there before it went like mainstream. But here's where it gets even more interesting. When you use AI tools like ChatGPT to perform a web search for you or do deep research for you, it usually searches through the most popular search results first, because the better things that are searched for are probably what people are looking for, right? So when people use AI, it's probably training AI on my videos because those are the top results. So AI is generating dopamine detox content that echoes my perspectives, my opinions, and my frameworks. It might even cite my framework as a protocol for it. And that makes me like the original source that people come back to. So basically, if your brand owns a search term, if you own a spot on the internet and you rank near the top for it, it takes so much more effort for competitors to displace you, right? So many creators have made dopamine detox videos, mine still ranks up there. Not only should you be building a brand on YouTube right now, but you want your brand to be associated with a very particular specific topic or idea, right? Think James Clear and Habits. Think Tiago Forte, Building a Second Brain. Think Thomas Frank, Notion. Currently, Koi owns several topics like brain types, dopamine detox, but we're really trying to pivot our brand to owning the idea of building creator companies. Because I think that creators are gonna be the ones that change culture and change the world in the next 5-10 years. But let's say you don't really care that much about owning digital real estate or search terms or whatever. There's still a really huge benefit to building in the creator economy, especially on YouTube, even if you don't want to become a quote unquote creator. Because if we zoom out for a second and just look at the landscape of job market, it sucks to say, but I think Gen Z is kind of screwed right now, right? Being a current college student, you have the worst possible outcome for getting a job, for finding fulfilling work, and you're leaving with debt. There are probably like millions of people in the world who are about to graduate college or in school to graduate, and they're gonna enter this workforce where AI is gonna completely replace like half of jobs that exist and maybe even higher paying jobs. And so it's leaving them in a very precarious position. And we're seeing this in basically every industry, from tech to healthcare, the sports, health, fitness, everything. But there's one industry that's actually doing the opposite. It's exploding, and that is the creator economy. By 2027, which is less than 2 years away now, the creator economy is expected to double in size. Online education has grown over 900% since the year 2000, and by 2030, it's estimated that it's gonna be worth $687 billion. And I chose my words carefully there. I didn't say creators, I said the creator economy. This isn't just about being an influencer or being the person behind the camera, although I think there's a lot of benefit to building your own personal brand. What I'm saying is, building on YouTube right now will give you the perfect skill set to achieve success in the AI age, because everything right now is moving towards media. Right now, we are moving towards a future where doing physical manual work might not even exist anymore. And the only thing that's gonna remain is creativity and human connection. I've been running a media business for the past 5 years or so, and we've hired quite a few people into my business as part-time contractors or whatever, and I didn't really care if they had credentials or a degree or anything like that. I hired people because they had creator economy skills. And because I've shown up like every single day for the past 6 years obsessing about content and making better content, it's kind of forced me, being on YouTube, to learn very important skills like storytelling, psychology, communication, strategy, how to capture attention and create value in the creator economy. I never would have thought that it was through YouTube videos that I would have the balls to go on a sales call and pitch someone, a $10,000 offer and actually close it. Like, those things never would have even crossed my mind as possible through going to medical school, which is what I did before. Those 5 or 6 skills that I just mentioned are going to be incredibly important in the AI age. Every video that I made, I got the chance to practice those skills. I got to learn how to explain complex ideas and break them down simply. I had to learn about how to capture attention, because you can't make money unless you have attention nowadays. I had to learn about what motivates people. I learned about how to build a community, how to build an audience, how to sell, how to market myself, and how do you create value from you, right? How do you turn yourself into something that's valuable, not your degree? And the best part of all of this is the compounding effect. I just came back from Mid-Summit, which is like one of the biggest YouTube conferences in the world, and I was pretty blown away by how many creators and how many businesses that were there. They were all looking for the same thing. Everyone was looking for good talent. Everyone said, yeah, I wish my strategist was better. I wish my video editor was more reliable. I wish my thumbnail designer was better. There is so much demand right now in the creator economy for good strategists, good editors, good designers, good writers, good community builders, good product managers, and all of those skills are learnable without school by building on YouTube. Think about what happens when AI reaches full potential, when it codes, when it writes, when it designs, and it analyzes everything without needing human input anymore. When information becomes completely free and accessible to basically everybody. In that world, the most successful people are gonna be the ones that have adopted heavily and learned how to use AI to translate that to creator economy skills. I heard this from a podcast from Burrow Nixon, who's like one of the goats in the AI space, especially in the AI content space. He said that creativity, taste, and storytelling will be the only enduring advantage as AI commoditizes everything else. AI is eventually going to replace everything that's involved in the content creation process. And so the smartest thing you can do is to really get back in touch with yourself. What is your taste? What is your creativity? What are the stories that you want to share with other people? Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, I think we're still early. We're still in this gold rush phase where anyone can suddenly blow up overnight and build something really meaningful on YouTube or on social media for that matter. But that window is getting smaller, and it's gonna keep getting smaller as AI gets better and better and better. But in 5 years, when everyone realizes this, that noise is gonna be like 10 times louder, and breaking through is going to be almost impossible. So don't think about your personal brand as marketing or making content. Think of it more as like an insurance policy. It's a future-proof way to stay relevant and stay heard in the future world that we're entering right now. When AI eventually handles everything, then being known and trusted becomes priceless. It's the only thing that matters, because people still, at the end of the day, want to connect with people, right? If I go to my YouTube feed right now and look through my subscriptions, even though subscribers doesn't really matter that much anymore, almost like 80% of the people I follow are personal brands. And if they're not personal brands, I know the person behind the brand, right? Like, we still want people's opinions, taste, creativity. AI is not changing that, but it is allowing anybody like you or me to potentially create amazing creative content without the barriers that existed before. And I think that is really where the opportunity is right now. And I know this is gonna sound kind of harsh, but there are always gonna be winners and losers in the online game. The winners are gonna be the ones who built authority and credibility around their personal brand. The losers are gonna be the ones who waited, who hesitated, and allowed this mass adoption to happen before joining became a commodity. It might not be glorious at first. My first 6 or 7 months on YouTube, I made pennies. But if you keep at it, 2 years, 3 years from now, you'll never know where it can take you. It might let you quit your job as a medical doctor, like it did for me. You might wake up being able to work from anywhere. You might get invited to some of the coolest events in the creator space, getting to meet your childhood heroes, work on projects that actually excite you, get inbound DMs from some creators that you really, really respect, and have the confidence to still stay relevant even in this age of AI. Here's the thing though, I can tell you why to start. But most creators still fail because they don't have systems for creating consistently. And so if you're still watching this video and you're serious, not just about YouTube, but about dominating your niche before everyone else wakes up, and you want to work directly with us to help you get there, then definitely check the links below. We are currently opening up spots in our program to work one-on-one very closely with a select group of people. And if you're ready to get started right now, or you need help growing your YouTube channel, then I would definitely recommend checking out this video right here. It is our full masterclass for how we've built a creator company these past few years. 3 hours long, watch it in chunks, but it's going to give you everything you need to be successful.